Okay, welcome to today's lesson. I would like to introduce you how to, or firstly let me introduce myself. My name is thiesson. Just in today's lesson we are going to see how we can create or how we can form a thiesson polygon by using this arc map. So firstly we have to change by clicking layers, then after clicking in properties, and we have to adjust whether it's adjusted in coordinate system. Then after by clicking plus sign under projective sign, we have to get UTM zone. Under UTM zone it must be WGS 1984. Then after you have to click northern hemisphere. After that, in Ethiopian condition it must be 37° north. Then after by clicking apply, you have to adjust your page by clicking OK. Finally you will get out. Okay, next to this you have to insert, or you have to call your data from ARC catalog by clicking ARC catalog. And after, my data is by default stored under small C or local disk C. Then after by clicking special data, you have to go ZY file. Under ZY file, ZY subbasin is here. So by left clicking upon this, you have to drag. By the way, we have two options to drag or to insert our data. So by pan, you have to drag it here as much as possible. Then after by selecting, or so since this file is ZY subbasin, so by clicking or by choosing of select features, so this is select features. After select feature, you have to click wherever you want. So you have to add by clicking right click. Then after, what would we say, selection. Under selection, create layer from selected features. So then after, you will get this by unclicking of this. You will get the targeted subbasin. So if we click this, or if we have to remove this because it's unknown. No, it's not necessary here. So while you are going to insert your legend after clicking or after completing of your map, it may complicate you. So due to this reason, you have to avoid this. So then after, you have to, by clicking twice this, you have to edit this one. Okay, under this okay, so its name is Qatar. You have to name it Qatar subbasin. So subbasin, no need of underscore here. So next to this is, if you want to change the color of this by clicking this, so it must be blue because as much as your interest. So then after the field color, okay, you have to increase the outline width as much as possible. Then after by clicking OK, you will go out. Okay, then after by clicking pan, you will bring as much as possible to display in your screen. Next to this, you have to call, or by clicking add data, you have to call your metrological data from your document. If your document is available in your stored space, you have to click. By default, I have stored my data in metrological data, then add. This sheet data is known as metrological data. So under this so by clicking twice here, also at the same manner. So this is known as, let's rename this one Qatar metrological stations. Okay, then after this is to the Qatar meteorological state. So by clicking right click, you have to add display XY data. Okay, so then after you have to firstly longitudinal and latitudinal terms must be changed into XPR and YPR by using online application or in Google. By inserting simply your latitude and the longitude value into Google, the Google will automatically change into XPR and YPR data. Then after, by default you have what, elevation, so you have to insert elevation by clicking Z field. Then after you have to click OK. Sorry for pyramid. So by clicking OK, so XY data is directly entered or selected here. So you have to say this is if you untick this one necessary. So this is Qatar meteorological station. If we remove this one, this one is Qatar meteorological station. So you have to rename this one meteorological station, Qatar meteorological stations. After this one, you may change because since the meteorological station is collecting the data by rotating, so you may change the color as much as possible by clicking OK. Then after, in order to bring it in level for more, for instance, this is the place where the legends are set up or put here, estimate be new for new or for research or for evaluator. So in order to make it visible where the place is located, by clicking right click upon the title, then after by label features, then after here also by clicking right click label features, then after you will get the name of the area or the station or gauge area. So next to this is already we have done. So for next to this, by clicking this one, you have to export data export. So your data export is here, what, Qatar subbasin shape file. Okay, Qatar, you have to Qatar subbasin shape file. So you have to edit this one, and then after okay, if you want yes, or so we don't want it. Okay, also by clicking upon this one, you can rename or you can data next to this export data. Also this one is meteorological station. Okay, Qatar meteorological station, Qatar meteorological stations. By this manner you will change your no. So next to this, our aim is in order to make what, thiesson polygon. So to how to create thiesson polygon. So in order to create thiesson polygon, you have to click either your processing or here are toolbox. So under Arc Toolbox, you can get the Arc Toolbox from Job Processing by clicking Arc Toolbox. It may take a little bit time to open, so you have to be patient to take. So by next to this analysis tool, by clicking plus sign analysis tool, after that proximity, under proximity create thiesson polygon. So in order to create thiesson polygon, you have to double click upon this and you have to input the data Qatar metrological stations into input features in order to get or in order to create thiesson polygon. It may take a little bit time, so it's already filled, so you have to change this only field. This all field must be added. So next to this environment, you have to click upon environments. Under environment, you have to click on processing extent. So here you have to change the default into same as Qatar metrological stations. Next to this, you have to drag this one, and by clicking on raster analysis, so you have to change these parameters. So mask Qatar metrological stations. Next to this, you have to click upon OK, and clicking OK, finally you will get the thiesson polygon. So it's in the process of creating thiesson polygon, so you have to be patient to get the result. Okay, so okay, before this you have to save this one, export data metrological Qatar metrological stations must be saved here. So okay, then yes, you have to say yes. Okay, Qatar metrological stations. So you have to rename this one as a what? Thiesson polygon. Thiesson polygon. Can rename this one. Okay. So next to this, you have to go, or you have to, by clicking Arc Toolbox. So under Arc Toolbox, you have to double click right. So you have to insert thiesson polygon here. Next to this, that must be changed here. Environments, processing extent. Under processing extent, you have to change same as thiesson polygon. So you have to drag this one. Next to this raster analysis, under raster analysis you will get many parameters. So under this mask bar, so thiesson polygon, and after OK, by clicking OK, and you will take a moment to get the result of thiesson polygon. So it's already added. So so due to this reason, you can put here this maybe Qatar metrological stations. So this must be antique. No, this must be antique. No. So we can change this one. So by removing this, we can change this, and by renaming this one, so this is what? Thiesson polygon. Okay. Then after, you can change by clicking off this layer into whether as much as possible, as much as your the color. So next this is already saved, so in order to, since the areas here is out of the water basin or out of the boundary, so in order to make it into the boundary, you have to by clicking of arc toolbox here, arc toolbox, then after by clicking on the plus sign, you have to click what, so georeferencing, sorry, then after clip, under clip you have to insert thiesson polygon here, under thiesson clip Qatar metrological stations, and you will get environments, processing extents, default. The default must be same as display. Here bear in mind that it must be same as display, so we are clipping that the mixing of the two data, that means the thiesson polygon as well as the metrological stations. Then after you have to drag this one next to this raster analysis. Under raster analysis, here in mask with Qatar sub-basin. So then after by clicking OK, you will get the result. Okay, this to some extent is clipping. Oh, it does not clip. So if it shows the here the what to call it, the red sign or X sign, you have to go re and re. So by next to this, by inserting click, so inputs what thiesson polygon as well as here output thiesson metrological stations. Next to this processing extent, default must be same as display. Here next to this raster analysis must be changed, so mask must be what mask must be Qatar metrological stations. So next to this, okay, this also we made also error. So so in order to minimize failed to execute, so you have to read here where we made error. Executing clip thiesson Qatar metrological station, start time okay, error is cannot open Qatar metrological stations, failed to execute clip, failed to create thiesson polygon. So next to this, let's try another manner. So by clicking georeferencing clip, insert Qatar metrological stations and thiesson polygon, then after okay, environments, the processing extent, same as display, raster analysis, mask metrological stations. Okay. Oh, we need the great fault. So So you have to drag this one, raster analysis, then a mask as subdivision, cutter subdivision. Okay. Integrate fault.